My secret tarot channel landed on your For You page. You got some money karma coming in. All right. Now we're going to dive deeper into exactly what this is. We do have the card shocking. It says unexpected, karma, and then divine order. All right. Now, whenever you're watching this, it can be for you. The readings are general and timeless. So just take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't for the next person. If you would like a personal tarot reading, a private one-on-one session with me, or to join our upcoming Ancient Wealth Workshop, it's in less than 3 days from when you see this video. Go check out the box below and the pinned comment. And thank you for being here today. If my energy or my readings resonate with you, feel free to like, share, subscribe, go click on that notification bell so you can know when the next reading does come out and so I can connect more with your energy in the readings. All right. Now, what do we have today for the collective on this money karma? What is this karma coming in? Is it good? What is it? Why do we have divine order, karma, and shocking for this wealth and prosperity reading? Why do we have karma, shocking, and divine order for this wealth and prosperity reading? This video found you for a reason, especially if you've never been here before to this tarot channel. It is destined that the scales look at the scales. The scales are about to balance for you, okay? It's destined that this happens. Divine order, natural law, shocking karma. Now, this is what I'm hearing is like, this is how energy works. This is how it works. Things have to come to a balance. And so why do we forget that universal, that divine law of how energy works when it comes to money, wealth, and abundance? What I see with the Five of Pentacles here, you're going from nothing to something, and it's destined. It's your karma. You did the work. And it's not, you know what's interesting? There's a quote from Doja Cat where she says, "You're shocked? You're shocked? Why are you shocked?" Why are you shocked in this reading? You've worked for it. You know, for some of you, you better start believing, and I mean truly believing in what it is that you do, what it is that you're working for or towards, because it can happen. All right, now, why do we have divine order, shocking, and karma? Why the Emperor card here for the collective? Something or someone tried to get the upper hand. Why the Five of Pentacles here for karma, shocking, and divine order for money, wealth, and prosperity? Why Five of Coins, whoa, came out like this. Why Six of Cups, Five of Coins, and the Six of Wands here? Now, for some of you, you're going to come across, there's some sort of karma here that you become wealthy. I'm seeing after the age of 35, very specifically, where I'm really seeing your 40s. You know, it could be at the end of the day, it's going to be after, I want to say Saturn return. You know, like the Jesus year is 33. That's what I'm seeing here. Your success is actually going to come a little bit, and not later on in life, but it's not going to come in like your 20s. It's not going to come perhaps even in your 30s. Why do we have Queen of Pentacles here for, okay, what you need to know, you're going to be rich and wealthy. Okay. And I am seeing, now you could be any age watching this. You could be 60, 70, you know, you could be in your 20s. I am seeing that it's around or after the age of 35 that you have come across your wealth, or that you will come across your wealth. So for those of you watching me, that you are already reaping what it is that you have sowed. What I'm seeing here is there's something like some key that you were after like the age of 35 is what I'm seeing. You need to know this. You need to hear this. There is some sort of shocking karma. The way that your life started is not going to end. The way it looks when it started, that's actually not how this story ends, is what I'm seeing in this reading. And that's the shocking divine order. You are destined and meant to be wealthy. You're going to have a happy, successful life. But here's the thing. Why 7 of Swords with the 10 of Cups here? Why 7 of Swords with the 10 of Cups? What I'm seeing is you're someone who's going to be rich and wealthy. But it didn't come easy, okay? And by that, I mean, like, for some of you, you will have already been married. You will already have had children when this happens for you. I see a lot of things about marriage and a lot of things about children here. Or for some of you, like, it kind of almost makes it harder. For others of you, what I'm hearing is other people, they wouldn't even see it. They wouldn't even see the future success. If you're, I don't know why I see someone with, like, you know, like formula and babies, you know, that's not how life is always going to be. That's like 10 to 15, 20 years of your life. There's the success that's coming in after. Your life is on pause, and you need to know that, or it has been on pause. And one day, God is going to press play. But right now, or like, again, it has been, your life was on pause. But that play button is coming one day. All right? Now we have Father, and there's like a lot about like family here. You know, for some of you, what I do see is you will be a parent when this happens. Like, you'll have already been a parent. You'll have already done this, already done that. Why the Emperor card with the 5 of Swords? And yeah, that's the key thing here. You are someone that... Hi, Priestess. It's not a missed opportunity. You are someone that do not accept your current reality is kind of what I want to say. And I feel like that's too much of a shot of whiskey of don't accept your current reality. You don't have to do anything that the tarot reader says. But what I do want to tell you with the third eye here, that what we see on this end, your life, that's not how the story ends, baby. It's not how it ends. The Emperor card, the 5 of Swords here. Don't self-sabotage or self-sacrifice. And like, say, I don't know, say you were a parent, you know, like, and you did the best of what you could. Say like you know, you had children and you worked 3 to 4 jobs to make ends meet, all of that. Don't allow the way life is right now or how it has been in the past to determine of what your future is. You're meant to be rich and wealthy. And it doesn't matter how your story starts. But here's the key thing here. Don't allow your mind to be in lack or in limitation, because then it would turn into a missed opportunity. You're clearing out the things that you have to clear out here. What I'm also seeing is like you had a time in your life, like maybe of marriage, of family, of children, where, say, money, wealth, and prosperity wasn't the focus at some points or times in your life. Or at some points in times you felt as if it couldn't be a focus. It will be. Now, why do we have the 6 of Cups and the 5 of Coins here? Okay, a lot of things coming your way. Who or what is this Queen of Swords? Whoa. Ace of Swords, the Truth. You could definitely be an Aquarius, or you could have a lot of Aquarius in your chart. We do have a Queen of Swords, the Ace of Swords. We have the Star card over here, having hope, faith, and trust, and being in your truth. Why Knight of Cups over here? Why Knight of Pentacles? Why Knight of Pentacles, Judgment card, and the 3 of Wands? You were not meant to take the, look at that. And it does say sacrifice, the Hangman over here. Now, for some of you, you have soul contracts here. You were destined and meant to, You were destined and meant to focus on other things first. You know, where we're born into this world, into this society, no matter what country, what culture you're watching me from, we are all very programmed, right? To think of like, by the age of 18, you go to college. And then by the age of 21, you should have this figured out and this and that. At the age of 30 something, most people still don't know what kind of freaking degree they want, right? Their major. And then you're wanting an 18-year-old that their full frontal lobe hasn't fully developed to figure that out and to know, right? Where what I'm seeing here is it was never gonna be that way for you, at least anyway. That's other people's story. It's not your story. 144, as I say that, so that number can resonate with you. You could be seeing that number. Your story is not, I do things, American dream in the timeline that society wants me to do it. That's not your story. But let me tell you, baby, you're going to be rich and you're going to be wealthy. Okay? That's what I see in this reading here. You were meant to go through certain things first. For some of you, I'm seeing a lot about like family and children. You were meant to be a parent first and to, and some people could see it as sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice. You were meant to pour into other and different things before this wealth and prosperity came to you. You do end up, though, being very wealthy by the end of this reading. You have independent wealth. And wealth that can actually even be shared is what I'm seeing here. You were meant to focus on other things before this came in for you. Now, how do we align with this King or Queen of Pentacles for you, though? How does the collective align, divine order, with this King or Queen of Pentacles? Why the Sun card with the Queen of Pentacles? Now, what Spirit's saying is that this is a choice. Ultimately, this timeline's available for you. Look at that potential for abundance. You've got potential. Where there's a song called, I'm just going to let the bird say what it has to say. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. All right. He's done. So there's a song called what is it called? It's called Kaylani, actually. It's called Kaylani. And in the song, it says, you've got potential. You have potential. And don't let delays distort your third eye of what your truth actually is. You're not going to have the story of, I went to college at 18 and I did this and that and I got married first. And, and all the, your story looks different. And it's not in the same timing as, say, the American dream or what society just expects of you. But what you need to know is that this timeline's available to you and it's going to happen. And it is going to happen. This is prophecy. This is fate. You are fated to be rich and wealthy, free, successful, happy. But we have delayed messages needing patience. That's what this card says in choice. For some of you, just try not to self-sabotage, or say compare yourself. You have a different story. But this is how the story ends. Rich and wealthy. All right. That's what I have for you. I do hope that it resonates in a positive way. I'm going to grab some cards of advice. What do we have for advice? For divine order, karma, shocking. Why the Hangman for divine order, karma, shocking. Protecting yourself. We have 7 of Wands, the Hangman over here. And then the 2 of Swords. Standing your ground. It does say standing up for what you believe in. Protectiveness, assertiveness. Why the Hangman and the 7 of Wands for advice of aligning with this wealth. We do look at that. The Ace of Pentacles over here. Okay. So just confirmation. Aligning with this wealth over here. Stand your ground. Not to say like for you to fight. We're never in the energy of like fighting and this and that. But I do see that you're someone of just don't give up. Like, don't give up. You are someone that this is destined. I do see that there's maybe a shift in perspective of the timing, right? The timing of how it happens for you, how it looks for you. You don't have a society love and light story, but let me tell you, you have a true story of wealth and prosperity. And that is how the last chapter of your story ends. Okay, that's what I have for you. I do hope that it resonates in a positive way. And I'm going to grab just a few more oracle cards over here. What do we have for oracles? For oracle advice of aligning with this money, wealth, and prosperity. Look at that. You being strong. We have angel of strength, financial constraints. Okay, I do see a timeline here where you had to work sometimes a little bit harder, you know, timelines of scarcity, of lack, of limitation. But I do see you getting through it to the other side where that's, again, this is not your whole story. Why financial constraints and angel of strength? Crossroads, and then all tied up over here, okay? With the indecision, crossroads, the unknown, all tied up. Why do we have indecision, crossroads, all tied up? The big picture, angelic help, where there are multiple timelines here. And then we do have shocking, okay? There are multiple timelines here. You're able to see the bigger picture, you know, where when you are in this part of the timeline, for anyone, it could feel like, no, there's no way that's my truth. You know that? No, miracle consciousness, you know, where you are someone who is destined to timeline jump, to quantum leap. But just make sure that you always see the bigger picture and not just one part of the picture, a finite view of it. All right, so that's what I have for you. I do hope that it resonates in a positive way. I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings to your day. And don't forget, in less than 3 days from this video, we do have the Ancient Wealth Initiation. You could join by checking out the pinned comments and the box below. Much love to you.